The path to the divine begins with a startling truth. The universe you seek to understand already exists within you. Your mind is the gateway to infinite realms, but its true power remains hidden, burdened by illusions and distractions, waiting for you to awaken it. Manly P. Hall, the great philosopher and mystic, emphasized that merging the mind with the universe begins with an understanding of its infinite potential. According to Hall, the mind is not a confined entity, limited by the circumstances of your birth or the influences of society. Instead, it is a universal mechanism, capable of harmonizing with the divine purpose when freed from ego and conditioned patterns. He argued that the mind, like a clear lens, can refract cosmic wisdom, but only when its impurities are removed. Hall saw the mind as a divine instrument, one that has been entrusted to you for the purpose of aligning with higher truths. He likened this process to the way water conforms to the shape of its container. The mind reflects the environment in which it is nurtured, but it can also transcend these limitations when directed toward higher understanding. Hall believed that merging with the universe means reshaping this container, breaking free from inherited beliefs, societal pressures, and selfish ambitions. The goal is not simply to think differently, but to think truthfully, to align your thoughts with the eternal principles that govern all existence. Only then can you move beyond the illusion of separation and step into the vast, interconnected reality of the divine. This, Hall taught, is the true awakening of the mind, a state in which you begin to see yourself not as an isolated being, but as an integral part of a grand cosmic design. As your mind begins to align with the infinite, a profound realization emerges. The answers you seek are not external, but reside within you. Manly P. Hall often spoke of the inner voice as the direct line to universal wisdom, a subtle yet powerful guide that bridges your consciousness with the divine. However, this inner compass cannot function amidst the noise of ego and external distractions. Cultivating a connection with it requires quieting the surface-level mind and tuning into the deeper, timeless part of your being. Manifestation, a concept cherished by spiritual seekers, relies heavily on the clarity and alignment of this inner voice. The words you speak to yourself, your inner dialogue, shape the energy you project into the universe. When this voice is distorted by fear or self-doubt, the energy you send out mirrors those limitations, blocking your path to abundance. Hall emphasized that the mind, when purified, becomes a direct channel for divine thought. Only then can your intentions flow seamlessly into creation, allowing the universe to respond with clarity and precision. Listen closely, not to the chatter of the world, but to the stillness within, where the universal mind quietly speaks. This voice, pure and unclouded, is your truest guide. It reveals the path forward, not through force, but through gentle illumination. When you honor it, you invite divine wisdom to flow into your life. Trusting this inner compass strengthens your connection to the cosmos and unlocks a level of guidance and understanding that can transform both your inner and outer reality. To truly harmonize with the divine and access the wisdom of the universal mind, you must free your thoughts from the weights that hold them down. Manly P. Hall emphasized that the mind, when burdened by ego, fear, and conditioned beliefs, cannot act as the clear vessel it was designed to be. Mental purification is the process of stripping away these layers, allowing your mind to align with higher principles and reflect the divine purpose as it was always intended. Begin by observing your thoughts. Which patterns repeat? Which ones are rooted in negativity, fear, or self-centered ambition? These are the obstacles that cloud your mental clarity and disrupt the connection to the universal mind. Hall encouraged seekers to replace these lower thoughts with those rooted in gratitude, humility, and truth. When your thoughts stem from love and alignment, they elevate your vibration, clearing the way for divine energy to flow through you without resistance. This purification is not a one-time effort. It is a continuous practice. Every day presents an opportunity to refine your mental state, to shed the habits and ideas that no longer serve your highest self. Through meditation, reflection, and intentional living, you create space for the light of the universal mind to shine through. In this ongoing process, your mind becomes a finely tuned instrument, capable of resonating with the higher frequencies of existence and drawing you closer to the divine. Once the mind begins to shed its impurities, the interconnectedness of all things comes into focus. Manly P. Hall often described this realization as stepping into cosmic order, where the movements of the universe are no longer random, but guided by an unchanging harmony. This is not something you impose upon the world. It is a truth you uncover by aligning your inner state with the natural flow of existence. To understand this harmony, it is crucial to move beyond self-centered perspectives. Hall taught that the universe operates through principles of balance, reciprocity, and rhythm, and any deviation from these creates resistance in your life. When choices are driven by fear, greed, or ego, they disrupt the natural flow, leading to disorder. However, when you align your intentions and actions with these universal laws, you begin to experience a sense of effortless progress, where life feels as though it is carrying you forward rather than pushing against you. Alignment calls for a willingness to release control and trust the greater design at play. It is not about passively waiting for life to happen, but about acting with the confidence that your steps are part of a larger divine choreography. Hall described this state as one where your mind and the universal mind move in unison, creating outcomes that serve not just your own growth, but the evolution of all existence. Through this surrender, life transforms into a seamless journey of purpose and fulfillment. When you align with cosmic order, a deeper truth begins to reveal itself, the understanding that everything in existence is interconnected. Manly P. Hall often spoke of the illusion of separation as the greatest barrier to spiritual growth. The divisions we perceive between ourselves and others, between the material and spiritual, are not realities, but constructs of a conditioned mind. Breaking through this illusion allows you to see the universe as a unified whole, where every part contributes to the harmony of the greater design. Recognizing this unity is not merely an intellectual realization, but an experiential one. It arises when you quiet the mind and tune into the deeper rhythms of existence. Hall believed that within the core of every individual lies a spark of the universal mind, connecting all beings across space and time. This spark is what links you to others, to nature, and to the divine. When you understand this, your perspective shifts, no longer driven by competition or isolation. You begin to act with compassion, cooperation, and love, knowing that what you do for others, you also do for yourself. Living in awareness of this unity transforms how you approach every aspect of life. Relationships take on a new depth as you see the divine reflected in those around you. Challenges lose their sting as you understand they are part of the universal plan unfolding for your growth. Even mundane moments are infused with meaning as they become opportunities to honor your connection to the whole. In embracing this oneness, you step into a state of peace and clarity, where every thought, word, and action aligns with the infinite web of creation. The realization of universal oneness naturally leads to the question, how do you embody this truth in your everyday life? Manly P. Hall described this as the ultimate goal of spiritual growth, becoming a vessel through which divine energy flows effortlessly. Rather than being limited by ego or personal ambition, you open yourself to being a channel for the universal mind, allowing its infinite wisdom and love to shape your actions and decisions. To embody this role, you must approach life with a sense of openness and trust. Hall encouraged the cultivation of humility, where you release the need to micromanage every detail of your life and instead trust in the greater intelligence guiding all things. This does not mean abandoning action, but transforming how you act, aligning your choices with higher principles and letting go of attachments to specific outcomes. When you act from this space, you are no longer driven by fear or desire, but by a deeper sense of purpose that resonates with the universal flow. Imagine what life feels like when every interaction, every task, becomes infused with meaning. Hall believed that living as a vessel for the divine transforms the mundane into the sacred. You begin to see obstacles as lessons, relationships as mirrors of the divine, and even the simplest moments as opportunities to align with the infinite. This way of being is not only liberating, but profoundly transformative, as your life becomes a testament to the harmony and wisdom of the cosmic mind.